Hi, welcome to OMAT. I'm glad you're here. We're going to do these exercises again. This is probably not your first time, and I've repeated these exercises over the years daily. So I've done them a lot. What I also do daily is still look up information, still read and listen to lectures about how to be more mindful, how to be more productive, how to manage my emotions, how to basically deal with life. And because I've been consuming this for years, it starts getting a little repetitive. Every day I'm finding myself listening to something that I've heard before, but I still do it daily because as much as I learn about something, I will never believe that I know an entire subject. Also, it's kind of like watching a movie again. You notice something new even though you've seen the whole thing before. You maybe notice a line that you missed last time. That's what I get out of this, a different perspective, someone else's view on it. And also, I am programming my mind. Our daily consumption creates who we are in our mind. All those commercials, everything that we grew up with, that's all programming. So as I consume the daily content of ways that I want to be, reactions that I want to have, I'm programming my mind to be that person. We are what we repeat. So let's repeat the way that we want to do things. Let's repeat the things that we want to know so that they stay in there. That's how we form the habit. That's how practice makes normal. So let's practice. First, a lot more can get done if we're present. If we're not thinking about the past or worrying about the future, we can use more of our capacity. We can have more access to our mind. So let's get present. One way to do that is to notice 5 things around us. Maybe I see records. I see a bike helmet. I see pieces of paper. And simple things grounds you into this present moment. And then we could see, all right, what is my step now? Not tomorrow, not what happened yesterday. What can I do right now? And right now is our first exercise of gratitude. Again, like, why are we repeating this? Gratitude every day. Don't we have gratitude? We are practicing. We are programming our mind to notice the things that are already there that we can be grateful for. So let's practice and make it normal right now. Let's wrap for now. Have a sip of water. And notice that if we're practicing something daily, it becomes normal, but it doesn't mean it looks exactly the same every day. But by practicing it daily, I could see the little nuances, the little changes, how my list changes from day to day. Maybe it remains the same. So not only am I noticing my gratitude, I'm noticing myself, what I like, what I want, what I'm capable of. Let's keep going. Let's pause. I was not always good at this. I can't say I'm perfect at this, but I would love to always pause before reacting so that I don't react, so that I respond. By practicing even for 10 seconds, holding myself, being steady. Let's practice. Let's sit in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed. Breathe. As we come back, let's take a sip of water. Maybe we noticed something. Sometimes by pausing, I notice, wow, the world just continues without me. It continues without me. So maybe I'm allowed to pause. Maybe nothing can happen for just 1 minute. As I practice that, it becomes normal. Let's keep going into our writing. Writing can be normal if we write even if we don't feel like it, if we write even if we're afraid, if we write and know that there are no consequences, we could rip it up, throw it out. That's just what's happening for now. Let's take the time now to write anything so that we can practice writing right now. Let's wrap our writing. And we're also practicing that. Well, I'm on a roll. I'm already writing. I didn't complete my thought. All of those things can be dropped. And now we're practicing letting go of not finishing a thought, not having a complete such and such. We have some water. We move on. We go into our yoga sun salutation practice, a thing that I can't do all of the movements in it, but at this time where I can stretch, I do stretch, and then I go to physical therapy movements, doctor's orders, right? So we're going to do what we are capable of doing, what our body says to do, and what our doctor says to do. Let's stand if we could stand and inhale the arms up as high as you can get them, or stretched out as it can be for you. We're going to discover what that is as we do it slowly. When you're ready, fold forward. Let's hang over the feet. Maybe shake your head no or yes. Round your back, bend your knees in this position. And when you're ready, halfway lift. That's a flat back that's parallel to the ground. Look up, knees are straight. And let's get into our high plank. Plant your palms down, step your feet back, and lower all the way down to the ground. Then push your palms in, your chest comes up, your head comes up, look up. And your elbows could be very bent here, could just be a small push. And let's meet in down dog. Hips up into an upside down V. And you could bend your knees here. Your heels are trying to get to the ground, but we're not pushing. Walk forward and start coming up, standing up, meeting the palms above the head, and then exhaling them down to the center of the chest. And if you're moving slow, you might be behind, quote unquote. You might just be at a different pose. That's fine. Let's have the pose of drinking water and move ourselves along into the next plank. Now, there are 8 exercises here. Any one of these could be your favorite or your least favorite. Let's work on doing them no matter how we feel about them, no matter where they rank. Let's get into that ready position. We're going to plank in 3, 2, 1. You're up in plank. That's what's happening right now. So let's take our energy, put it into our body, and hold that position. That's 10 seconds. And if you even got up into that position, held it for a couple of seconds and came down, good for you. That's uncomfortable. You did it for 20 seconds now. Make sure that you're breathing. Sometimes I borrow from other exercises. I pretend like I'm half meditating, half planking. For 30 seconds, decide what you're doing. Your mind can tell your body anything, and that can encourage it to either want to come off the plank or continue for 20 seconds. How do you want to talk to yourself? What is encouraging for you? Do you want to grunt your way through the final 10 seconds here? Go for it. Do you want to get a little more Zen-like? Whatever. Experiment. We have 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Come down off the plank. Take your time. Catch your breath. I like to stretch my way back up. Find the water. Find a little credit, especially if this is the exercise that you didn't want to do, then extra credit for doing it, right? Because again, out of 8 exercises, you're not going to want to do at least one of them. Let's work through that. Get into breaking some procrastination. This small little task, by starting it, by looking for what to do, starting it, doing a little bit of it, and ending it all in 1 minute, we are sharpening our mind to say, I'm going to start when my mind says start. It's going to push my body. I will motivate myself. I can get this done by practicing, experimenting right now. Let's wrap for now. And we're practicing wrapping. I know sometimes you get on like in the swing of things and you don't want to stop. We're going to purposefully stop, have some water, and continue as part of the practice of making the promise and keeping that promise. We promised we would start and stop. Let's keep going. Let's connect. If you were not able to do anything during that procrastination minute, take that maybe into this connection exercise. Maybe get in touch with someone and say, how do you motivate yourself? I'm looking for some people's stories. And that could be a way to connect. Let's see how or who by practicing right now. Let's wrap for now. Have a sip of water. Maybe you noticed all of these exercises did not go your way today. Possibly you didn't do any of them or didn't complete any of them. Don't give up. Still take on this last practice. Still do the aerobic exercise. No matter how the rest of it went, let's get present because we're moving any part of our body in any way. In 3, 2, 1. Move your body. That gift that you have been given, you are going to carry it around. It's a little bit easier if we exercise it. That's 10 seconds already. So let's put energy into it, knowing that this is just a minute. What do you have to put into this exercise just for now? That's 20 seconds in. And maybe today is a little bit of a slower day. You're moving slower than yesterday. That's fine. Move now for 30 more seconds. And if you haven't started, it is not too late. Keep the promise to yourself and do part of the exercise for 20 more seconds. Participate. And if you wanted to get a little bit better or a little bit faster, put a little bit of that energy into it just for these final 10 seconds. Challenge yourself to give it energy even though there are 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Great job. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thanks for taking OMAT.